Hello guys, here's the next part to modeling this 1911, and this time we're going to add things like triggers and all the little works to it. So first off, we're going to start with the trigger, and that we can do, just go into side view and make a, let's see, a cube would be best. And just start out at the top, go to the bottom, go to the very edge. Just drag a little bit to set the height. We can fix that. Go to translate x 0, and we can make this a little bit wider. I think right there will be a good width. Yeah. So now we can add some edge loops, and this is going to be pretty simple to make this trigger. It's just a crescent shape, very easy. And we can add one right about here. No. Don't add any vertical. So now just go into vertex and make sure you drag the box over these because there's two in front and back, so you don't want to just be moving one of them. And this trigger, don't worry about putting too many divisions in it because it is a very small object on the gun, so it doesn't require many divisions because it won't be looked at unless you're looking at it really closely. Select these and move these back. And that's it for the trigger. Trigger is already done. Now you guys can feel free to go ahead and add whatever you want to it, but I'm going to leave it at that. Now we have this slide catch here that we can model, and that actually goes into here and holds the slide back, either when you run out of ammo or you're wanting to take apart the gun. This is your deal. So just add a cube and just take it out to there, drag up a bit, and move it towards out of the gun. And you want to make sure that it's not actually inside the gun. Like, make sure you can see this line right here, because that is important for animation towards it doesn't look retarded whenever if it's clipping inside the gun or something. And you'll make this pretty thin, about like that. Go into side view, edit mesh, insert edge loops. Actually, first off, I want to move it down a bit. About right there. And move it over. Now go to insert edge loop. One right there, one right here, one right here, just to make the curve. And oops. We'll do one right here, right before this thing it pops out, and one in the middle, right where it peaks at its top, and one here, and there we go. Now we can just put these vertex all in place. And just like before, remember to drag the box around it. lots of things in Maya are very tedious, such as moving vertices around so that you can get the right shape. So be ready to do all that whenever you're modeling stuff. There we go. Move these vertex up. I'm going to move these over a bit to the beginning of the curve. That all can go in a bit. Now for this, the actual extrusion, sorry. First off, we're going to, let's see, edit mesh, cut faces tool. I don't know what's going on. Go to faces, select those two faces, and then go to cut faces, and just make a horizontal cut right there. Because we don't want that to be part of the extrusion. Now we're going to extrude this about like that, and then just make it go into not exactly a point. Make there be some room around that middle line. That'll be good. And then go to edge, and these edges get moved over a bit. Well, no. Just like these two. Just like that. And we can select these edges here and move them down a bit and then move them in, because it's a steep curve on the top and then it's actually like a softer curve on this bottom part, so you can add divisions on this to make it a soft curve upwards. But I'm going to leave it like that. That looks pretty good to me. It's about the right distance out, so we're going to go with that for right now. Let's see how it looks. We'll rotate this into there. And it fits pretty well. So just Control Z all that. And it's hard to see whenever you've got no lights or any textures on it. So that's why I sometimes use this wireframe shaded. So next we can add the whatever this thing is right here. I don't know really what it's for. I know it's got like little things inside of it, like that stick out at the end that are circular that push in whenever either that or that are pushed up against it. So it has something to do. So we'll have to use the pipe tool for this, since it is hollow. Where's it at? Okay. There we go. Rotate X 90. No. Is it Z? Nope. Y. I need to get my grid correct. Like, alright, that's about the right the correct thickness. So we'll just move it over, and oh wow, look at me. Got it perfect. And on the real gun, it actually connects to the body, so what we're going to have to do for that is go into wireframe and go to face tool and select these 4 faces and just delete them, and then go to vertex and select those 4 vertices that were on those faces. Having a bit of trouble with this. And just move those over. And you can just keep them inside the gun for now, it doesn't really matter. And we can slide this over a bit. About right there is good. I was pretty sure I used pipes, so I don't know what went on. Oh, 0.1 thickness. And now we can add some little, I use spheres. You can use cylinders and then round out the ends if you want, but I'm just going to use little tiny spheres. About like that'll be good. Make it at the end of your slide catch. And go to edit, duplicate, and we'll put another on the other side. There we go. Now we can make the back safety. The spacebar will work. And that is right here. So we'll just do the regular cube again and drag it out to fit everything. It doesn't have to fit everything, but I just like to. Drag it out to there, scale it down. A little bit more. Make sure it's not clipping inside the gun. And now we can add some divisions. Very first off, I'm just going to move this down and move this one up. Didn't mean to do that. Do insert edge loop tool, and I'm just going to do a few just so I can place them where I want them, and a few on this side. just rearranging these. This one can go up. Decent curve over there, and all of these right here needing to be raised. And there we go for that. We just need to add this little extrusion here. So, one second. I guess we can go to insert edge loop tool, if it'll work. Yeah. And create one there. And one here. And then we can go to face. I'm just going to extrude these two. It would have been better if they're straight, but we can always fix that right here. Come on, quit freezing up on me. If that's that edge, what is this edge? Oh. Just straightening this out a bit. You guys can fool around with it more. I'm just going to go with it right there. And then with this we can, it's actually curved a bit, so we can add a few. I'm just gonna do cut faces tool. No, I'm not. I'm going to edit mesh, add divisions, and select this edge and this edge, and bring them in a bit, and do the same for that. I'll go a little bit steeper of a curve. There we go. That part is done. And that just flips right up into there. And I don't know why that's not straight. Or why it doesn't line up. Could be because the picture is bad. Very bad quality. I had it on the incorrect lines. Alright, there we go. That's good. Slides right into there. And one more thing about this is it has kind of a slight curve right here, so we can go to insert edge loop and put one about right here, and then go to edge, move it in and that way. It doesn't actually go that far. Actually, don't do edge, just go to vertex. Vertex is much easier. It's a lot less messy. Alright, there we go. Next, we will move on to the, let's see. What do we want to do next? Oh, we can do the mag release. That's extremely easy. You guys could do this without a tutorial, but I'm going to do this full thing. Mag release, just do a cylinder right here. Make sure you get it the right size. I'm just going fast for this because I don't want to make these tutorials too long. And make it to where it's long enough to where it sticks out both sides. Because there's another part on the other side on the gun that it actually sticks out. It barely sticks out, so. Alright, that'll be good. And on the other side, it's like there's a whole nother cylinder. Oh wow. Oops. I'm just going to go into side view for this. There's a whole nother cylinder here. It's a bit smaller than the other one. Wow, I probably should have dragged out the set height. So it'll be right about there. And we're going to go to vertex, and select these and move them to the edge of that previous cylinder we made. And we're going to take all these to where it looks like that. Then we're going to go ahead and go to mesh, combine. Well, it would help if we went into object mode. mesh combine. Now we can go into vertex mode and try to line up these vertexes. Combine. Well, that poses a problem right there. We've got a vertex, but we don't have a vertex on the cylinder. So what we can do to fix that is go to Edit Mesh, Insert Edge Loop. Hopefully this works. And no, it won't. We can always try add divisions. That doesn't work. So we're down to one last thing. We can go to cut faces. And it's extremely important to connect all the vertices to each other so that you don't have holes in your object. So right there, you can select this face here and do the cut face and connect that vertice with that one. But I already showed you guys how to do it, and I've learned to not waste time. Same goes with this one and that one down there. So there we go with that. Next thing we can add is the back, this safety to where it doesn't let you shoot unless your hand is on it. So go ahead and add a cube up all the way up here, because that's part of it. And actually, before we do that, we can go to face and get rid of, well, not get rid of, but extrude the faces all the way up to good thing this gun wasn't very divided very much, or else I'd have a lot of divisions on my hand. A lot of faces to select. Alright, now press extrude, and instead of using this to bring it out, you can use extrude to bring it in. And are you kidding me? There's faces inside of there. And what we can do to straighten it is bring this and just keep dragging it like that to where it's straight. And I don't think it'll do anything bad if we delete these faces. Yeah, we can just delete these interfaces. That was because I didn't connect the vertices. But hopefully you guys won't have this problem because you guys went ahead and connected them all. Alright, that is good. Now we can add the cube in there. And this gun seems a little bit wide, so I'm going to fix that. We can select that and go to separate. object mode first. Separate, and wait, let's see if I can separate it again. Oh, I can't. You can't double separate, so you can't. Oh, it's because I merged some of the vertexes. If you ever merge the vertexes of something, you can't re-separate it yet again. So, just gonna. I don't think this will have any bad reactions to this. So, just scale this down, well, sideways a bit. That looks like the thickness for a 1911. So it doesn't look like it did anything bad. Except this will have to be scaled back down a bit. And these right here will have to be moved over. Come on, let me select it. And now this part of the barrel is too big. Okay. Just problem after problem. Gotta select these faces again. In hindsight, I would have just used 2 cylinders and then merged them together after I had it the right size. Alright, that's decent for right now. So now back to that safety in the back. We can actually add it now. Now that I'm content with how everything else is. Set the height. And we can move this into place. Almost perfect. Now we can go to insert edge loops and just add a few. You'll have more on curves so that it can be more detailed. And this is going to take a few sideways. I'm just going to use one for right now. Vertex. And this vertex right here, this is just going to be used for the side of the gun. I mean the side of the safety. So just bring it to the midway point. And you guys might not like the fact that I'm going so slow, but I find slower and longer tutorials are way easier for me to learn from. Like, there's one tutorial on how to model a 1911 on YouTube, and it's like all extremely sped up, and I just cannot learn from that. So, that's my explanation for going so slow. We can do some edge loops. Are you kidding me? How? Oh. Sorry guys, don't do that one edge loop. We're just gonna do one here. I don't know why I was thinking a vertical edge loop was what I needed. Alright. That looks pretty good for now for that. Except this gets wider out here, down at the bottom, once it gets about past right. Let's see if you can see it on this. Yeah, right here it gets wider, so we can use this here. Just select all these faces here. And then press extrude. And we're just going to make them wider. About to let's see. About to right here. And this gun is still a little too wide, so things are going to be a little bit distorted on it. I have to fix the wideness later on, but it'll be okay. And see there how you can obviously see the curve? You guys are going to have to go and add more divisions in there to make it more smooth looking. This 1911, the main thing that makes it look like an actual gun is all the accessories on it. So now it's looking pretty great right now, if I do say so myself. Turn on high quality. So that'll be it for this part of the tutorial. Be sure to check out the next one. Hopefully you guys thumbs this up too. So see you guys later.